And Microsoft's Xbox Series X and S are less than 3 weeks away, and I think I'm gonna hop on the PlayStation bandwagon this generation. Here's why.
Feel it coming back, watch it turn black.
Hey guys, how's it going? Ryan here. A new generation of consoles releasing is always a crazy period of time, in which Sony and Microsoft are both racing to get more performance and horsepower out of the consoles to prove to the world that you need to buy their console. However, this wasn't really the case this generation. The competing consoles are usually unveiled at the same time, or a very short period of time apart. However, like in 2005 and 2006 with the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 respectively, we saw a year-long gap between the announcement of the Xbox Series X, called Project Scarlet at the time, at E3 2019, being showed off as the console of all consoles, a console so powerful that it could tower over PCs, while the PS5 wasn't unveiled until June 11th of this year, with a much more subtle showcase. Both consoles had a launch game reveal, although the Xbox's first quote-unquote showcase didn't actually show any gameplay, just supposed renderings of games it would launch with, which frankly I wasn't very impressed by. The only game that really wowed me there was Bright Memory Infinite. PlayStation didn't show much of anything at their reveal either, but on the gameplay reveal livestream they delivered. When I saw Spider-Man Miles Morales gameplay, I was stupefied. The snow on the New York streets, the animation, everything just amazed me. I'd always wanted to play the first Spider-Man game for the PS4, but as many of you know, I own an Xbox. There were other games at the event that I wanted to pick up too. I had always gone to my friend's house when I was younger to play Little Big Planet 3, and seeing Sackboy: A Big Adventure made me feel that childhood bliss again. The cutesy graphics and gorgeous visuals brought me back to being a little kid. Other games like Demon's Souls and Horizon: The Forbidden West, and world games that I could sink hours upon hours into. The only games that I were really interested in at the Xbox event were Forza Motorsport 8, Watch Dogs Legion, and Stalker 2, all of which I can play on PC. And I know you're probably wondering about the new Halo game. Here's my reaction from that. I was so incredibly disappointed with Halo Infinite that I can't even express it. The teaser trailer had me excited with the broken ring, but when I saw the gameplay, what the actual hell is this? And open world, not right for a Halo game in my opinion. I actually had an entire video planned for the Halo Infinite trailer when it was going to be revealed, because I had that high of hopes for it, but I ended up scrapping the entire thing. Thanks 343. Another big reason I'm making the switch this time around is because of the services that the two consoles offer. And before I start, yes, I know, Game Pass is an absolutely incredible deal. Let's very quickly take a look at this month's games with gold and this month's PlayStation Plus games. For Xbox, we have Origami Shadow Edition and a few other games that I've never heard of in my entire life. How about PlayStation? Hollow Knight and Middle-earth: Shadow of War. I think I'll take those over whatever the heck Xbox has. And let's switch back to August. For Xbox, we have Portal Knights and Override Mecha City Brawl, neither of which I have ever heard of. What about PlayStation? Fall Guys, a game that I paid full price for on PC, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. Modern Warfare 2 was my first Call of Duty game, and seeing Price's sweet face in 2020's graphics had me hyped as all get out. Another thing I'm not too big of a fan of on Xbox's side is just how god-awful Xbox Live Gold is. It goes down almost every 3 days, and they make you pay $60 a year for that? No thanks. A slightly more controversial topic are the console's designs. Now, I'm not particularly in love with either of them, the fridge or the Wi-Fi router, but the PS5 at least feels different. I mean, the Xbox controller is literally the exact same as the Xbox One controller, besides the D-pad and an extra button. And the PS5's controller is much more out there. It's a little strange looking, but I'm excited to get my hands on the DualSense controller with that truly next-generation haptic feedback. The Xbox Series X itself just looks like you took an Xbox One X and made it tall instead of wide. The PlayStation's design isn't the greatest either, but the built-in lights and spaceship-esque design make it seem like it's actually a new console, and not just the same old console with better graphics. And on the topic of graphics, yes, I'm aware, the Xbox is more graphically impressive, but I'm one of the many people that would take games over power. Plus, PlayStation is going to have faster loading times thanks to that super fast CPU. There's a few other things I haven't gone over, such as the UI. Briefly touching on that, the PlayStation's is miles better than Xbox's. The dashboard, the hint videos, it all seems like it actually took time and effort to develop, unlike the Xbox's, which is literally copy and pasted from Xbox One. The last reason is a big one, the exclusives. PlayStation has God of War, Uncharted, Ratchet & Clank, the list goes on. But you see, the only reason I even have an Xbox right now is because of Forza and Halo. And as I mentioned, I'm pretty done with Halo, and I can just play Forza on PC anyway. Well, those are my thoughts on why I'm personally going to be picking up a PlayStation 5 this holiday, instead of the Xbox. It's really sad to say goodbye, but I think it'll be worth it in the long run. But what are your thoughts? Are you going to be picking up the PS5 or a Series X or S this time around? Be sure to tell me down below. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
You make me